sitting in my car, looking chubby, trying to shoot this video and get used to talking to a camera by myself in my car. So watch me stumble through this. But I wanted to talk to you today about an incident that occurred yesterday with my diet, being that I fell off my diet completely and ate whatever I wanted, resulting in me looking nice and puffy in the face and not too happy with myself. Yeah, I was probably puffy in the face regardless, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, cheated on my diet last night. Today's day 10 of this body transformation vlog. I thought I would use that mistake to share some thoughts and to propel myself forwards rather than let it sabotage whatever progress I've made and sabotage my goals that I have. So I think any time that you set yourself on a journey to accomplish something very hard, like changing the way you look, becoming lean and healthy as opposed to unhealthy and chubby, you got to expect for there to be hiccups and tough periods throughout this journey. It's not going to be the case where you write yourself a diet, you write yourself a training schedule, and you just go and execute it perfectly until you look like everybody else does in those fitness magazines or on Instagram or whatever. It's not as simple as that. It's a process of mistakes and correcting your mistakes. If you work in a big organization, you might have heard the term lessons learned, which is just the idea of when something happens that's not part of the plan. Say you got an incident that occurs at work, or say you got a project where something does not go the way you expected it to. You might sit down with your team and reflect on that and figure out what went wrong and how can we improve our systems so that it goes better next time, or that bad thing that happened doesn't happen again, which will help us achieve our goals in future. I do jiu-jitsu. For everyone out there that does a sport or a martial art or something like jiu-jitsu, whenever we're rolling or we're sparring with someone, it's very common for a jiu-jitsu practitioner to look back at his roll that night or that evening or whenever it is you train and ask yourself what went wrong during that roll. What happened during that sparring session that I need to fix so that next time that mistake is not there anymore, so that over a period of time I make less and less mistakes, and over a period of time I become very good at jiu-jitsu. It's the same thing with weight loss. It's the same thing with fat loss, muscle building, whatever it is that your whatever your goal is, you treat it the same. What happened last night? Looking back, what would have helped me would have been to have 2 or 3 meals in the fridge ready to go, so that all I had to do when I was sitting on the lounge feeling miserable because I had a bad day at work and I was starving, all I would have needed to have done was go to the fridge, get my meal that was already made, maybe even if it was 2 meals, maybe I'm really hungry, get my 2 meals that I've already made, put them in the microwave, and in 3 minutes I have a meal. I eat it, I'm not feeling hangry anymore, and I have a much better chance from that point finishing the day on target. So that's the lesson that I've learned. Today I'm going to go and prepare all my meals for the next for the next however many days I do that for, so that it doesn't happen again, basically. What I'm not going to do is try to undo what I did yesterday by doubling my training or doing something drastic like fasting for 36 hours or whatever, thinking, oh, I've got to undo what I did yesterday. I think that's not a good strategy. That's trying to treat a symptom rather than fixing the cause. And if we're talking about a 3-month period here, I shouldn't worry about undoing one day. I should focus on making sure the next however many days I have the greatest chance of perfecting those days, because it's about consistency. One day won't hurt you. Multiple days will hurt you, and multiple days of making the same mistake will most likely result in you quitting because it's just too hard. That's been my experience. I hope it helps you. I'm going to go prep those meals and see you in the next one.
What the heck are you doing? What the heck are you doing, Daddy?
Eating.
But why is there a camera? Why are you filming yourself eating? I mean, like, who would film them? What doofus would film himself eating?
Me. I'm the doofus filming himself eating.
Okay, I guess you're the doofus filming yourself eating.
Yeah.
Is there any desserts?
Back on track.
Is there any soda?
Another day in the bag, back on track. Just finished some salmon and some rice. Had a big day, got a training session in. Taught some jiu-jitsu. That's about it. I'm feeling pretty tired, so I will probably do some work on the laptop and then try and get some sleep before tomorrow's run.